This is how I handle my alcohol while still having abs. Everyone thinks that if you want abs, you have to quit drinking, but guess what? I still enjoy a drink, and I've got a six pack to prove that that's wrong. If you're a busy dad trying to stay in shape, but you don't want to give up your social life, this is for you. I'm going to show you exactly how I handle my alcohol without wrecking my progress or my weekends. Hi, I'm Andrew Jax, and I've helped over 400 busy professional dads get lean without extreme diets, and most of them love a drink too. But here's the deal. Getting in shape isn't about cutting everything out that you enjoy. It's about doing the things that's more realistic, sustainable, but can also get results at the same time. So in this video, I'm going to reveal my own personal strategy and my mindset on how I enjoy a drink and still maintain a six pack. It's a video of a private coaching session that I recently had with my clients. So check it out and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you find it useful.
All right, so how do I enjoy alcohol and still have a six pack? So I personally, my drink of choice is a scotch, particularly during the winter, the colder seasons. However, during the hotter seasons, I don't mind a white spirit like a gin or a vodka. But yeah, I've still got a six pack. I still have a very low body fat percentage, probably around the 8% mark. And it goes to show that you can still enjoy alcohol and maintain a healthy weight or even lose weight too, because I've been able to do both. So how is it that I do it? I want to share this with you guys so you guys can understand how I do it, and then perhaps learn from what I do and implement some of the strategies that I use as well. So no, the first thing that I view alcohol, it's the way I view alcohol, right? I don't see it as something that I have all the time. I view it as a treat, just like I do with things like sweets, chocolates, and my reward meals as well, which could be something like a greasy burger or pizza. Yesterday at my nephew's birthday, I view it as a treat, because if you have it all the time too frequently, then I would be overweight, and I don't want that. I view it as a treat. I can still enjoy it, but not all the time. So it's something that I look at as not to be had frequently due to the negative effect it can have on my health and my weight. So I look at it from that perspective. Also, I know that I can do without it during the week. I don't have to have it Monday, Tuesday, or even Thursday. I know some people start from Thursdays. I don't have to have it during the week. I don't even think about it. It's not an option. I just wipe it out of my mind completely because of the way I view it. And I just don't need it. And it's hard. It's easier for me because of the background that I've come with. Like my dad wasn't someone that drank all the time, and that's why it's important for you as a father. Yeah, your kids will observe what you do, and that'll be ingrained in them as well, just by pure observation, with you being their role model. And so that wasn't a thing for me. My dad, I think, he made a conscious effort not to drink in front of me, just in case they had a negative influence on me. So for me, it's a little bit easier. For others, I know it would be a bit harder. And it all depends on who you hang around with as well, and I guess your circle and the culture that you're in as well. I don't seek it for stress relief either. I know a lot of men, especially busy professional men, they come home and they pour a drink as a mechanism for them just to de-stress, okay, and relax and just review the day, or just that's a habit that they have formed, or they use that as a mechanism to de-stress, right? So for me, I don't seek it. So if I'm stressed, I don't seek it as a way to relieve my stress. I have other measures. So I can move that completely out of the equation. So that's the first way I handle my alcohol. The second is that I'm not swayed. What do I mean by that? I'm not swayed by my peers. So even if my peers are drinking, or they're big drinkers, or having one after the other, I'm not swayed by them. Like yesterday, I was at my nephew's birthday, and a lot of the guys around me were pouring one after the other, yet I decided not to have any drinks. I was fine with that. Okay. And so I'm not swayed by the social setting either. Just because everyone else was doing it doesn't mean that I had to do it. And even if they might nudge me and say, come on, have one, put a bit of pressure, I just say no. And then I'm not swayed by the culture either. Some people, if you're part of a football club or a sports club, they tend to be, especially in Australia, big drinking cultures. And so you might feel like you're missing out, or you might feel left out or different from these people. For me, I'm not swayed by that culture either, because I was part of my son's football club a few years ago, and we'd have social nights and everyone will be having a drink, and they expect you to buy these drinks at the bar. However, I didn't do that because of the choice I made. And I don't feel obliged. I don't care. I don't, even if, unless it's a cultural thing where, and when I say cultural, as in you go to someone's house and they expect you to have some type of traditional drink, like within Fiji, when you sit around that circle and they expect you to have that, I think it's kava or something. That's the only time I would feel obliged to do it, because it would be seen as offensive to them in their culture. But that's a very rare occasion. So I don't feel obliged to have a drink. The third thing is, and now I'm going to get really deep here, and because most of you probably know already, I'm a Christian, and I have these two Bible verses that have stuck with me from a young age as to why I don't get drunk and why I don't drink that much or drink too much. And the first one comes from Ephesians 5:18, where it says, "Don't be drunk with wine, because that will ruin your life." So there's some wise words there that says when you do get drunk, it can affect your choices. And we all know that alcohol has been a big contributing factor to some poor choices, whether it be getting behind the wheel or with other women, or even with acts of violence as well. And so this is one verse that has helped me. The other thing is 1 Corinthians 6:20, where it says you must honor God with your body. So I feel we know that alcohol isn't healthy for you. It's a mild, in my view, it's a mild form of poison. Mild, I'll say that again, it's mild. And so if you're drinking too much of it, then it's going to have a negative effect on your health, and that doesn't honor God with your body. When people are drunk, it's called intoxicated. It shows that your body, there's a level of toxicity in your body when you are intoxicated. So I need to set an example because of my background, my belief, my values. And so I set an example to my kids, right? I don't hide it from them. I think my dad did that a little bit because I used to see some open cans in the fridge. But I want to set an example for my kids, because I don't want them to see me, as I said before, using it as a mechanism to relieve stress, or to drown my sorrows, or just to feel good, or just to get away from reality, or to not be looking after my health. So I'm trying to do it for my kids, my community too. I'm a leader in a men's ministry in my church, and when people see me, I need to be that leader. I'm obliged to be someone that sets a good example. And so for me, I'm very conscious of how I drink in social settings and around my community as well. And so that's led me to minimize the amount of drink that I have and the way I treat it. And even just others that know who I am and what my beliefs are, if they see me getting drunk and drinking too much, and some people might even think, well, he drinks at all, then they might consider me a hypocrite as well. And that would be a bad example for my faith as well. So I don't want them to get the wrong impression. So that's why I'm quite disciplined around how much I drink as well. So this is what I typically have throughout the week. This is my game plan, so to speak, or just my habit. Monday to Friday, alcohol free. Like I said, I don't even think about it. It's not an option. It doesn't bother me. I'm so engulfed with family and work that Monday to Thursday, it's not even an option or a thought. So if that can be something that you can do, I know a lot of you want to aim for alcohol-free days, more alcohol-free days. Try and do that Monday to Thursday, just completely alcohol-free, not an option. And then for me, sometimes Friday, okay, just like Simon said, Friday, had a big week, we want to relax and unwind a little bit. I might reward myself with a reward drink, just having one beverage, and just to end in the week, have like one beverage. Sometimes I don't. And then if I was to have a few drinks, it would typically be a Saturday night, usually only if it's a social occasion. And I wouldn't have more than 3 drinks. I might have like a glass of red wine with my meal, and then maybe a couple of scotches after that. But if I do have a session of a few drinks, like on a Saturday night, I'll only have one for the whole weekend. So if I've had it, for example, if I drink the Saturday, then I won't have any on the Sunday. Okay. And then I also apply the principles that I teach in step 6. So when you're out in social settings, and if you haven't done step 6 yet, you'll learn this in one of the lessons, is that when you are in a social setting, for example, if you're at a birthday for a few hours or a wedding, and you are wanting to have a beverage, but you don't want to drink too much, what I do is I'll space it out. So I'll have one drink of the whiskey, and then I'll have a soda water in between, or just some water or some Diet Coke in between. Just what that way I space it out. Okay. So that's how I handle my alcohol and still have a six pack.
So I hope you learned something there and that you can work out your own strategy around alcohol and your intake. If you want to see how I help my clients that are busy professional dads, the same ones that I was just speaking to then, lose anywhere between 10 to 35 pounds in 6 weeks without exercise, without counting calories, or even having to give up their alcohol, click this video right here now, and then I'll give you some more information about it. I'm Andrew Jax from Six Pack Dad. Until next time, remember to look after yourself so you can look after your family.